So another surprise trailer coming out of Comic-Con, Shazam, directed by David F. Sandberg, better known for Lights Out and Annabelle Creation, I believe. Another horror director coming to the game for DC. Now, they replaced Jeff Johns with another man that used to be head of the horror department for Warner Brothers. And let's be real here, Warner Brothers is the only ones pumping out good horror movies. And he left and he came to the DCEU department because the guy knows how to formulate a good studio and a good writing team, and he gets good ideas in there, and he's changing the whole game around. And yeah, I don't know, it's just weird. These horror directors are just creating hits. And here comes another trailer from another horror director, Shazam, and it just looks super funny and really fun. Zachary Levi, better known for the TV show Chuck, is Shazam, and Asher Angel plays Billy Batson, which is the child before he turns into Shazam. So now, for anyone that doesn't know, this is literally Big meets Elf, and it's about a little boy, Billy Batson, who's a foster kid, who in the comics he was kind of like a little dirtbag, but in the movie it makes it look like he's kind of a good kid. He travels around from foster home to foster home because he keeps running away and stuff until he stumbles across Jack Dylan Grazer, also in It, Chapter 1, who is a disabled boy living in a foster home as well, who is obsessed with superheroes. Now, this movie takes place in the world with Henry Cavill's Superman and Ben Affleck's Batman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. It's not part of that extended DC banner. It's not attached to the DCEU. And first of all, let me start by saying, let me add this in there. I think that's a crock of shit. I think that's their way of slowly transitioning Jared Leto and everyone out and these new characters in without pissing people off. Because if these characters all blow up, if Joaquin's character blows up and Shazam blows up and all this other stuff blows up, then there's no reason why they shouldn't incorporate all those characters into the DCEU. Anyway, back to Shazam. So Billy Batson goes to this new foster home where Jack Dylan Grazer is, and he's obsessed with superheroes. He has the Batarang from Batman that he found. He has the authentic bullet that ricocheted off of Superman's chest, and he just knows everything about these superheroes and studies them. It actually reminds me of Midoriya, which is a character from My Hero Academy, which is a really popular anime over in Japan. It's kind of like the X-Men, but the Japanese version, except it's 15 times better than anything that the X-Men has ever done. If you ever get a chance, check it out on Hulu. Anyway, he knows everything about these superheroes, and Billy Batson really wants nothing to do with them. He kind of just wants to be alone. He's kind of like a little bit of a loner, and he actually has this really funny scene where Jack Dylan Grazer is like, if you could have any superhero power, what would it be? Most people pick to fly, and then Billy Batson's like, why? So I could fly out of this conversation? And it's just like, they have this weird, like, he's not a dick, but he doesn't really want to talk to him either. But then Jack Dylan Grazer winds up getting jumped in the parking lot before leaving for school, and Billy turns around and picks up the cane that he dropped because the kids were kicking him, and he dropped the cane. He picks it up and he beats the kids up with it, and then he runs, and it's he's runs to the train station, and then he slides down the rail on his butt, and the kids are running down the stairs to push the people out of the way, and then he runs into the train, and it closes, and then boom, the New 52 era from Jeff Johns' version of Shazam just pops onto the screen, and it opens up, and you're in the cave, and the guy that currently holds the throne of Shazam is played by how do I say his name? Digimon Hansu. He is also known for Blood Diamond. He was the supporting character for Leonardo DiCaprio, and he was also in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Now, he passes on this big responsibility to Billy Batson because he sees that he is worthy of this power. And it's a very serious moment that's broken with and I hate to relate this to Marvel, but it just felt so Marvel to me, but it's very serious, and it's very holy shit, he's about to get this power, and then he just makes fun of the name because the guy says you just have to say my name to get my power, and he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Shazam. And he's like, huh, really? And one of the things I loved about the DCU is that they took themselves seriously, because I get enough comedy in Marvel. So with DC, I kind of like the more serious approach. But it was funny. It just didn't fit for me. And then, he gets the suit, and it looks ridiculous. He's clearly not that jacked. It's clearly padding. You could tell by, the way, the suit kind of, it just doesn't look right. It looks like it's too big for his head. I don't know. You just, if you haven't seen the trailer, just watch it and you know what I'm talking about. And the costume is just super cheesy. But I don't think that's a lack of David F. Sandberg or the production team knowing how to make a suit. I think that it looks cheesy because Billy Batson doesn't give a shit about superheroes and he thinks they're stupid. So pretty much what this power does is it transforms him into his image of what a superhero should look like. So he makes himself look stupid, and I really like that. And then where the trailer really picks up is when he starts going out into the real world, and he meets up with Jack Dylan Glazer, and he's pretty much like, I don't know what to do in this thing. So Jack's like, let's see what kind of powers you have. So they're doing like this really hysterical montage where they're trying to learn how to he's trying to learn how to fly, and he's like going to soar up, but he gets about like 100 feet and then he falls back to the ground, and then he's going like strength tests and he's like punching holes in the wall. And he's like going through all the motions of like learning to see what he could do. And then you're introduced to Mark Strong, which is another really cheesy villain. Mark Strong is really just becoming a typecasted villain, and I hate that because he really is such a good actor. I watched this movie with him in it. The Catcher Was a Spy. He was only in it for like a total of 15 minutes, but he really stole the movie for me. It's with Paul Rudd as well from Ant-Man. He shows up, and Billy Batson's like, "Oh, you're a villain. I know what to do." And he goes to like punch him, and then Mark Strong catches it. I'd really like to see who he's portraying. I don't know a whole lot about Shazam. He might be somebody famous, but I haven't really read that much about him, so I don't know if he actually is. I wish they showed a little. I wish they didn't show him at all, or they showed a little bit more of him, and like gave me some idea of like who he is. But aside from that, yeah, like the trailer ends with like an amazing. Well, it ends with two amazing things. One is when Billy Batson's walking. It looks like through a carnival, and he screams Shazam, and you see the lightning bolt come down and zap him, and then like Zachary Levi walks down. He's all huge. And that's another thing. Zachary Levi and the kid that plays Billy Batson are so perfect. They work so well together. You believe that Zachary Levi is really this young kid in this adult Superman-like body. And then the trailer ends with them going into like a grocery store, and there are like a bunch of robbers in there. And the robbers turn to go to shoot Shazam or Billy Batson in his Shazam body, and the bullets bounce off, and the kid's like, "Oh my god, you have bullet immunity," and Shazam's like, "Oh, I'm bulletproof," and like he has like this grin on his face, and then he just looks at the bad guys, and he's like, "You're dead." And he throws him out of the window, and then it just like right before it wraps up, he looks at this girl pass, and he's like, "Hey, I'm a superhero," and it just really sets this tone of a really fun movie, and I think it looks good. I just don't see how it fits in with the darker DCEU. But if, rumors are true, it really seems like they're trying to change it around, not make it as funny as Marvel, but add a little bit of humor to it. It doesn't look like Aquaman has a whole lot, so I don't think they're doing that with every movie. But again, the reason why I think it could slide with Shazam is because this movie is about a kid that gets to transform into Superman's body, but keeping his childlike mentality. So this movie works best as that kind of comedic, elf meets big kind of story, not coming of age, but coming of superhero. I'm really excited to see what David F. Sandberg has in store. I remember a couple months back when this first went into like filming or whatever, David F. Sandberg teased something on his Twitter of like Shazam and Superman meeting up. One of my most favorite moments of the Justice League animated series is where Superman and Shazam fights. And I think that this movie would have been perfect if him and Superman kind of fought at the end, because you have Black Adam as Shazam's main bad guy, so you can't have him in it in the first one, and then you're gonna have this like one-off villain that Mark Strong, that we all know Shazam's gonna wind up overcoming anyway. But I think even if it wasn't like a crazy like ending like battle, like if Superman showed up to like stop him, because who is Shazam, or why is this guy in red flying around, like who is he? It would have been cool if he showed up, and for whatever reason, they made it in the script that they had to fight each other because Shazam turned out to be a little bit more powerful than Superman. He has more powers. I just thought that would have been really exciting to see them kind of have like a little throwdown of just, battle of the fists, because aside from Zod, this is like Superman's like match. Brainiac is like probably his biggest and baddest villain, but this would have been like a perfect fight for two people that are almost exactly the same. It would have been just like a really cool slugfest. And there are rumors that Henry Cavill's in it, so I'm hoping that we get like a little something, maybe like a race or something, just like a little competition between the two of them. Because my fear is that they're gonna do some like thing where like Superman kind of just shows up at the end, and it's like I would like it to be more than that. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, the only problem I have with this trailer is the stupid song choice. I really don't like. Nothing against rap, but I hate when movies use actual songs in the trailer. I would have rather than make a score. So I'm curious to see what kind of score the movie itself is actually going to have, because usually they do have a score in there somewhere. But that was really my only gripe with this trailer. It was really a surprise hit. I was not expecting this, and I was really pleased to see this Saturday morning. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, I'll catch you later.